Good morning and welcome back to the mountain. We got a busy day today, guys. We already got Uber fired up. We're about to cut some fence lines for these guys right here. Got Coco out here cutting my grass. Old Coco, the yard goat. We even got Eclipse up at the cabin hanging out today. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Well, as y'all seen in the last video, we did some bush hogging out there on the power lines. And today we are going to disconnect the bush hog. And I want to make Uber's profile as small as possible. Kind of bobbing and weaving to do this fence line. And also Uber's got to go to the shop in 2 days. Its warranty's about to run out. And there's a little bit of things that need to be fixed on her before the warranty goes out. So I really need to get this fence line cut before she goes in the shop, just in case I got to keep her for a little while. All right, guys, let's get Uber backed up and get this dropped. And I also got a couple of guests on the mountain. They'll be heading out today, but we'll talk to them here shortly. Tim thinks he's fitting to film me. Watch this. What are you doing?
Sorry, I didn't know you were recording there, buddy. Always recording on the mountain, huh?
Oh yeah, Tim. My tractor's bigger than yours.
Oh, I don't think so. Especially without the no attachments on it.
Yeah.
She does have a bigger rear end. You're right. You're right.
Well, the mama is Nubian, and the daddy is Kiko Boar.
Kiko Boar and Nubian.
Yeah.
Chief. Smell them, make sure they're okay, and there's got one feeding back here.
So y'all guys are about to get on the road, huh?
About that time, yep.
How has your trip been on Come On Mountain?
Man, it gets better every time, I think.
Oh yeah, it definitely changes every time.
It does. Yeah, there's a you do a little bit of building.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of building.
You know why?
Why is it smash? You got new life.
New
right?
life. A lot of new life.
We got new babies, rabbits coming. Of course, you got these going, and
chickens.
And the chickens. You got new chickens
just
too.
got here last weekend.
Yeah. So totally ever expanding on the mountain.
Oh yeah, we're getting more self-sustainable every day. All right, guys, I'm gonna hang out with them for a little while, and then we're gonna cut some goat fence lines because it's expanding just like water. All right, we got the chainsaw. I went ahead and mixed up some gas. Uber's warmed up, ready to go. I gotta go get my bar and chain oil from the Dreamers down there, and we're ready to go ahead and start cutting these fence lines for the goats. It's gonna be a busy day, guys. Uber leaves in the morning to go to the shop, so we got to get this done. Let's go. if we could do a little road fixing while I'm down here. right, guys, let me show you what I went ahead and decided. I decided we actually got more rain coming tonight, and that fence line is important to get by spring, but hopefully they don't have Uber for too long. But I felt that it was a whole lot more important for me to do a little homestead rescue up in here and see if I could get this road in a little bit better shape before we get another round of rains down here for my nephew and my niece. Show you what I'm doing. I found a couple of rock piles out there, so I am dropping boulders in these big old ruts, guys, and I'm starting right here where it's real wet at the beginning. Instead of digging big old ruts through here, I'm filling it in here, and as I pull in and bring in more rock, Uber is packing these down. And once I get to that other end down there, I will start taking the bucket and back dragging and going back and forth with more loads of shell and stuff like that. That will show me my lowest points to where I need to put more rock down. That way they actually got a good base up underneath this slush right here to be able to drive on when it is raining. And then when they get the funds to get rock and more shell and all of that, they have a good solid base to actually build off of. I've already got it almost done down here. I can actually show you what I'm talking about. As you can see, this right here was look just like that other spot about an hour ago. And as you can see, all the big rocks down in here giving it a good base. And as I drive back and forth to fix the other area, I'm hitting all these high spots with the tires, packing it down even more. And that's going to tell me where the low is here, where I need to add a little bit more rock before we start bringing in some of that shell. He's got probably altogether, I would say, a truckload of shell still at the end of the road right there. So as soon as I get a good base that I fill, then I'll start running the shell down here. And I'm also trying to dig on the side of the roads, guys, to lower the level of the side of the roads. It's all sloping this way, so I'm trying to hit the sides of the roads right here, bringing down the edges of the road so it can work its way to the creek back there. You can see I'm doing most of my digging right there. Right there was a lot higher than the road, so I wanted to go ahead and knock that down some so it can go across the street, because right here was where it was starting to puddle and come down the actual road. So yeah, as I always say, guys, it's a game plan, not a set plan. So let's go ahead and see if we can beat this rain. Come on.
I burned out like a wandering ember. I shone bright, then my journey was over. What I sought when I ran was back where I began. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Leave open the gate, don't turn off the light, I'm coming home. Well, I scratched in the dirt for a while. I gained all that I knew for a price. In the end, what I found was nowhere near as nice. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Leave open the gate, don't turn off the light, I'm coming home. Though I fought with my claws and teeth, though I elbowed my way to a seat, there be no kind of peace like you beside me. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Leave open the gate, don't turn on nothing's as it seems in the photos. Nothing is as sweet going solo. Nowhere I can ramble or roam. Could change my mind, could slow my coming home. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. Oh, I'm coming home. Leave open the gate, don't turn off the light. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
All right, guys, this section right here is kicking my booyakaka. I have dumped so many loads of rock and dirt and branches and brush and all kinds of stuff in here, and it is just eating it up like quicksand. It is getting better slowly. Oh, look at that guy. He got babies on him. But it is still a muddy mess. I don't know. We'll see. I'm running low on rock, so hopefully I can get a decent base down before I run out of rock. I'm gonna take a little lunch break and then we'll get back at it. All right, guys, I got to tap out. It looks a lot worse than what it really is. Still looks like it's a mud pit, but it's not really mud anymore. It's more like some thick, waiting to dry cement. I'm at the point right now when I'm back dragging, it's still so wet that all of these boulders that I brought in, as y'all seen on the time lapse, I brought about 50 loads of rock with Uber's bucket into this area right here alone. There is a ton of big rock up underneath all of this, and it's made it to where you can see we don't sink down anymore. But Uber's got so much weight, and it's still so much, and it's still so wet. As I drive through it, it's sucking that moisture up to the top, and it's just going to keep making ruts until it dries out a little bit, and then we'll be able to back drag it level, and then we got to bring a lot of material in here.
Yeah,
a lot.
I really do appreciate it. This is night and day difference of what it was earlier, because earlier today walking through here, you wouldn't have walked through here. You'd have lost your boot trying to walk through
here. And now if you look,
yeah, I mean, it's,
Mike's not even really sinking. It's just, it's so wet with all the rock that I brought in, it's impossible for me to back drag it. You can see the lines where I'm dragging rock and stuff, and I'm just making more of a mess. Basically, I'm just playing in the mud at this point.
Yeah.
But you can see some of the size of boulders that is in here, and there's even bigger ones hidden up underneath here. This right here, this section right here that we in, was that deep.
Yeah.
Earlier. And now we're standing on top of it in firm ground.
Yeah.
So basically what I've accomplished today is I gave a good base to be able to build up off of. And it's still, even with all the material I moved in, it's still bellies right here.
Yeah.
You can see it. So if we can get a stretch of dry, and now that there's not all that water in here, it should dry a lot faster.
Right.
If we get lucky and that rain misses us tonight, I mean, by the end of the week, it's probably going to be pretty dry.
Yeah.
It's almost to the point where if it gets a little bit drier, we can bring lift in here with the box blade and level all of this out, and then start driving on it and really compacting it good before we bring more material in.
Right.
I know he's also planning on getting that landscape fabric stuff, that driveway fabric.
Yep.
And bringing in some loads of stuff. So I was just trying to give them a good base, because all that rock was right there on their property. If they would have had to bring all of that in on a, I mean, you're talking at least $1,000.
Yeah.
At least. So, because that was some big rock. So, it would have ate up 3-inch like it wasn't even there.
Yeah. Oh man, it would have just.
All right, so let's go down and look at this other section. I didn't put a ton of shell there, and when that shell is wet before it's compacted, it basically turns to mud too. But I leveled it out good enough that as long as we don't get no more rain, they can at least come to the Uber. And their camper's right there.
Man, that'll cut it in half. That's literally cutting it in half.
And that was my goal when I started. I knew that this right here was gonna be, I was gonna do what I could with it. Luckily, I found all of that rock because I did a lot more than what I thought I was gonna get done there.
Right.
I mean,
and you know, Lissa and I just talked about getting rock yesterday, but you know, like I was telling you, it would have been 10 truck loads full of rock in the back of my truck pulling out of the creek bed, man. It had took weeks to throw all that in there.
Try about 50. I put 50 just in this section.
Right.
That's not even counting that section.
Right, yeah. Well, yeah, 50 buckets, but I'm talking about we were going to load up the back of the truck, the pickup truck, you know? So that would have been forever.
You would have been doing that next year.
That's what I'm saying. It would have been weeks what you accomplished in a couple hours.
And rocks ain't light, guys.
Yeah.
Especially these boulders. But yeah, it looks, like I said, on camera, I'm sure it looks like a disaster, but it's pretty solid. It's just too wet to backtrack right now.
Right.
I'm happy with it. I think that right there is going to be one heck of a base.
Oh. Holy crap, look at this area.
And then down here, it don't even look like there used to be a mud pit.
Yeah, this is, man, this is amazing.
I had the camera set up down the road, but I did bring in about 5 buckets of shell. Right here. And as you can see, it's just steady sinking it down a little bit, but this is solid. You can actually drive on this.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yep. And that'll start packing it down a little bit. And when lift gets going, kind of the same deal here. I was starting to back drag here a little bit. That's why I started bringing in shell. I was starting to pull up all of the rocks that I put in the ground and digging ruts and stuff like that, and it wasn't worth it. But I promise you, this right here is packed down, because let me show you these rock piles that I was grabbing out of. Every rock pile with Uber's bucket full drove across this, and I hit the high on every time I came by. So it is compact. Okay. If nothing else, guys, if he does get into it a little bit, before he had no rock base.
Right.
Now, at least at some point, that truck's gonna stop and hit rock.
Oh, I see your piles of rock you were scooping.
Yeah, this pile's gone. And then plus I took a lot of the dirt, rocky dirt from here to fill in that real bad area, because I was trying to get it so when that rain comes off the hill right here, it'll go that direction,
right,
towards the thing, instead of sitting right here at the bottom like it was doing. And there was another big pile right here.
Huge pile.
And there was 2. There was one there and another one there. And same thing. I dug down a little bit there. That way the water that's coming from here, it's got somewhere to rest off the road.
Right.
You know, like I said, without my bucket and stuff for the backhoe, I can't do ditches and stuff like that. It's too rocky out here. I mean, it was hard for me to dig rock that was piled up with Uber. I mean, it was hitting that bucket hard. It's not a dozer. Yeah. So, I mean, digging ditches with Uber, if you ain't got the backhoe on it, it's not happening. But you're definitely gonna need some ditches.
Yeah, yeah.
But I say, is your keys in the truck?
Oh yeah.
Well, let me move Uber out of the way and go ahead and at least bring it to your next
to the next spot.
To the next spot. That area right there is more compact and got more base than it's ever had in its life.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can see You can see your tire marks right here. You can see where I pulled Uber off. Like I said, if it rains, don't drive here.
Right.
For right now. Until it all gets compacted really well. Because right now, there's still a lot of moisture in this ground.
Yeah.
So when it rains, it'll turn right back into a mud hole.
Right.
Just with a lot of rock in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't plan on driving on it anyway until it's done. Definitely not past that point.
Yeah. But it's a good start. All right, guys. Uber's got to go to the shop tomorrow, so I got to go up the hill, drop the bucket, hook the trailer up, get Uber loaded, strapped down, and all of that, because I got to go live here very soon as well. So, see y'all in a minute. Open, getting the chains. Gotta love it. All right, guys, Uber is loaded and ready to go to the doctor. We're about an hour and something away. But I got quite a bit done with Uber before it had to go. I got the whole power line bush hogged. Got Drifting Dreamers driveway with a good start. At least got them up a little closer to being able to park closer to the house. But now it's time to get everything fixed before the warranty runs out on Uber. That way I can get Uber back at 100% because we're gonna have a busy spring, guys. All right, I'll see y'all in the morning.